So one of the questions I've gotten a lot when people meet me, in real life is how am I doing my videos? I'm doing them all alone. I don't have anybody I'm sending clips to or anything like that. I have an iPhone, and one of the things I did right before I started this trail was I figured out how to edit everything just using my phone. The reason was, for the last 10 to 15 years, I have been a blog post sort of guy. I would do a trip, I would come back, and then I would spend a couple of days, slaving away at a blog post and put it up on firstchurchofdamascus.com with pictures and everything, which I really enjoyed doing, and probably like 10 people ended up seeing. When I finished the PCT, I had been out for, 5 months, and the 3-ish months between the trail, a good chunk of that I spent going over pictures and, bashing out posts about the trip. And it's fun. I really like kind of having a retrospective look at my trips and having something to go back and kind of remember the trip by. But that took a lot of time, and I tend to like the stuff better when I'm doing it in the moment and I'm super excited about it. So I decided, since this trip was likely going to last from, January to October, that I would try doing videos for a change. My dry run was a trip to Grand Gulch, Utah that Jen and I did a couple of weeks before I left on the ECT. And I just started, taking videos and playing with putting them together, and you can see that on my channel. It doesn't have nearly as many hits as this, obviously, but it was kind of my rough draft. So as far as gear, I have the latest large iPhone. I tend to be an iPhone fan. I just kind of like how the apps work and everything, and I get a new one every year because the camera improvement's totally worth it. I carry a 20K Anker battery. It is the speed variant, meaning it can charge in 4 hours instead of like 7 to 8 for the standard. That was plenty during the PCT. I was able to get through like a week and a half. I've had a little bit more trouble on this trip, and I'm not sure if it's just because I'm doing more videos and that's killing the battery along with the editing, or if my battery has just been discharged so many times it's starting to suffer. I actually have a new Anker 20K speed battery waiting for me that Jen's going to bring when she joins me. I have AT&T as a cell provider. You'll hear a lot that Verizon has better service. I don't know. I've always had AT&T, and it seems like they've been improving over the last couple of years, whereas Verizon service hasn't seemed to get any better. Your mileage may vary, but on the ATE and, on the PCT, and so far in Florida, AT&T has been really good as far as coverage. As far as editing the videos, I have a couple of apps I found that work well for me. I'm always interested in hearing if anybody knows any others that are cool to use. So I take the video using the standard Apple, camera app, usually in selfie mode, just because I don't have a tripod or anything like that. I use Imovie to edit the clips together, and that's how I add the little, pictures that pop up sometimes, and the text at the bottom of the screen. And then in order to make thumbnails, which are those little static images you see at the beginning of my videos, especially on my YouTube channel, I found an app called Fonto that lets you do basic editing and adding text. That's worked really well for me. I just have a project set up for the thumbnail size on YouTube, and I, add text, swap in the image, etc. As far as how I get that image, I either take pictures if I find a really cool thing and I'm like, oh, maybe this will work. Or I found a cool app called Frame Grabber that lets you go into a video and scrub to a particular spot and grab a frame. And it does it super clear, and so I'll often use that if I just have video of a cool section. Once I have finished editing together all the clips in Imovie, I'll usually go through and I'll add a couple of pictures here and there just to make points or show things I'm referring to. And then when everything is done, I add that thumbnail I created to the first couple of seconds, just so when I see it in my camera roll, it shows up the same as it's going to on YouTube. YouTube, you have to set it up a little different. And then I go through and I add a map that shows just where in my hike I am. Those I haven't found a good way to do. I've been taking screenshots off CalTopo. Then I use iMovie to export the video. There is a very important setting if you have a newer iPhone, which is you have to select export options and say no HDR. If you leave HDR on and you upload to YouTube, at least when I've been trying all this in early 2021, it'll look really washed out and too bright. So I export it at 1080 and then no HDR. Once I have the movie exported to my phone, then I have to use a combo of two iPhone apps. One is the normal YouTube app, and that's how I upload the video. Now, I can do that over cellular, but sometimes that can take a really long time. If I only have 1 or 2 bars of cell service, I'm better off just waiting until I get to the next town. Otherwise, it takes anywhere from, 10 to 50 minutes, depending on the connection. And if I'm trying to upload for 50 minutes, that is going to kill my battery, so I'll often wait till the next time I have better reception. I upload the video as private, so that way you guys don't get the notification that there's a new video until I'm done. And then I will, once the video is finished uploading, go into the YouTube Studio app, which is a separate app that YouTube offers. And that lets me go in, edit the video, set the title, and more importantly, set the thumbnail. If you look up what advice YouTube gives as far as videos, they say that tags don't matter anymore. It's all title and it's all thumbnail. Thumbnails are just a still image it shows. Now, it will try and select 3 of them out of your video, and they're usually pretty horrible. However, I use Fonto, I create something, I add some text, looks a lot nicer, and that seems to give you a boost when it comes to algorithm recommendations. So once that's all uploaded and done and I've added the thumbnail, I then just have to switch the video to public, and then you get a notification that First Church of the Masochist has posted a new video. They also do give you the option to delay publication, which I've tried a couple of times when I have like 2 videos ready to go. I might set one to go like 8 o'clock the next morning just so I don't, annoy everybody by flooding videos. But most of the time I just do it manually right when I upload. The very first video I made, episode 1, I edited at Big Pine Fishing Lodge, and that took me 2.5 hours to figure everything out. But since then, I've gotten a lot quicker. These days, I'm usually probably editing clips together at the end of the day or first thing in the morning for maybe 15 minutes. And it probably takes me 20-25 minutes to do the final wrap up, making all the thumbnails, things like that, right before I'm ready to, actually export the episode. For the moment, I leave all of the individual clips on my phone. I don't delete those. I've been removing the full episodes just because I'm starting to fill up my phone after a couple of months. The reason I'm keeping the individual clips is I've actually debated this, and I've talked to some other people that have made videos, and they said they deleted them as they went and they actually regretted it because that meant they couldn't go back later and maybe make something more comprehensive. I have intended to make wrap-up videos for each major section, just kind of covering what I wish I knew going in and what my experience was. I keep saying I'm going to do that when I'm at a hotel and I'm resting, but my days off, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lie there. So we'll see if those actually happen or not. I've also been using Google Photo to back everything up. For the moment, there's unlimited storage there, so as long as my phone has Wi-Fi periodically, I can, sync all those clips up to the cloud. But obviously, anytime you're going to send it up to YouTube, send it up to Google Photo, something like that, you're going to lose some resolution on the clip, which doesn't matter that much to me. I mean, I'm not trying to make anything professional or fancy looking, obviously, here. You really don't want to see me in any higher resolution than you are now, trust me. But you try not to screw everything up just in case. Once I have uploaded the video and made it public, it's then out there, and the YouTube Studio app will notify you when you have comments, which is kind of addicting. I've probably killed my battery way too much just going in to see, what the latest subscriber number is or respond to comments. It is really awesome to hear from people and that they're enjoying the videos I'm making because, like I said, I started this with 24 subscribers and really just wanted to make something that I could look back on that kind of captured what the moment was like because, even with my write-ups of the PCT, it captures a lot of it, but there's still a lot of the day-to-day, especially the less than pleasant sections that you kind of end up forgetting a couple of months down the line, much less a couple of years down the line. So I'm hoping this experiment will kind of retain more of that. And we'll see. So far, it has been really rewarding. And it's also helped me meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have if I was just out here, doing my thing. So that's the process I've kind of stumbled into here. Again, if you've got any suggestions as far as things that might be worth it for me to look into, please let me know. I'm always curious. I'm a geek, so I like playing with various things. And hopefully it's useful to you. There's a lot of people doing a lot fancier stuff out there, but at least for me, this has proven to be enough to, paste together a video log that's captures what's going on at the time, which really was my goal. I mean, I'm not trying to make these to make money or anything. I just want to have something I can look back on later. And the fact that people are watching them and apparently enjoying it because I get all these cool comments has really been cool.